All right, so with all of the wires on and connected together, and hopefully all the low spots brought down with some new posts, I think kind of the next thing that we need to start working on is connecting the wires underneath the gate. So right back here, this is as far as electric comes up the mountain on this section. You can kind of see the farmhouse back there. It comes up this way. Now it does go up further on that side of the laneway, and then that goes up to the middle woods, and that's what takes electric up to there. But on this side of the laneway, we got to kind of continue it up through here and connect over to this side right here. So the way that you do that is we need to dig a little bit of a trench from there over to there, and I'm realizing I forgot to bring a shovel with me. The most part of it is going to be done with the skid steer, but you can't get right up close to the post with that, so I got to need to run back down, grab shovel and adze, pickaxe sort of thing. We'll put a trench going all the way across through here. We'll run conduit with an insulated wire going through that trench, bury it back over, and then we can connect the ends of that insulated wire, one over here, and then that's what's going to carry the current across the gate. All right, well, as you can see, I've got two switches on here, and the reason for this is that this one right here is going to be a main shutoff. So that way, this entire fence that's going along the laneway part, if I need to shut this off for any reason, I can just come over to here, open that switch up, and that'll shut this section off of here. Then, this second switch over here, this is going to be for the bottom wire, so that way this can be turned on and off separately from the rest of them. This is going to be downstream from this one, so basically if this is shut off, this one will be shut off as well. But if this one's on, this one could be on or off depending on what I want for the bottom wire. Alrighty, so I've got 3 more gates that I need to get the wires strung underneath, get the ditch dug, run the conduit, all that sort of stuff. We've got 1 on the cross fence, and then there's 2 more going up around kind of the laneway fence. One of them's right down at the bottom of the hill, kind of where we were at with the other 2 that we've already done. The other one's kind of halfway up the hill as just sort of a access point, you know, so you don't have to go all the way up to the top or all the way down to the bottom. But we're going to start with this one here on the cross fence because, well, it's just going to be the hardest to do. So I want to get this one knocked out of the way first, have that done with. It's not going to be that much harder, but it's definitely a little bit more involved because we've got to go underneath the gate, and then there's also a waterer here. So it's not just going to be kind of bring it to the other side and then connect back in. We're going to have to run the insulated all the way over to there. So we've got an extra 20 feet of that's got to be on there, and staple that to the boards and get it run across and everything like that. So a little bit harder. I didn't go ahead, as you saw, I only made up 2 of the wire conduit things because I wasn't entirely sure how much of the insulated wire I needed. So we're going to have to kind of cobble this one together up here as I kind of figure out how much I need, how long of stuff I need, and we'll kind of figure this one out as we go along. Gotta love all these little coils in here. Makes it so much more fun. That last little bit gets hard. So one thing I didn't do is I didn't mark the ends of these 2 wires that go through the conduit. So the easy way to figure that out is, because this is so long, even though it's filled back in, I've got it doubled back over so that we got one end of these wires here, I've got the other in my hand, and then I've got the multimeter here, and we can set this up to look for continuity, and my wires are all tangled up here. And so when the circuit's together, you get a beep. So what I can do is I can put the one end over here, and then when I touch that one right there, it makes a beep. When I put it over on that one, it doesn't. So that means this guy matches up to this one. I already put a piece of tape on this one, so we'll put a piece on this end as well. That way I know that the one with the tape is the one that goes for the upper 5 strands. The one without tape is for the lower strand that we can switch on and off. little bit too much on here, but I'd rather have it be 3 feet too long than a foot too short. Alright, so my batteries were all dead for the camera last night when I was getting these wrapped up for getting under the gates. I've got them all done. I did the other two off camera. They were pretty boring, just, you know, digging the trench, putting the conduit in, hooking it up, you know, just same old, same old. So that's done. Everything's pretty well hooked up at this point. I think the last thing that I'm down to, unless I've forgotten something, which I probably have, but the last thing that I'm down to is going around and checking like each one of these brace posts and making sure that there's nowhere where it's going to short out. Now, like on this one, you can see where there's like a couple little insulators that are on here, and that's just to protect the wires, the hot wires from this diagonal brace wire on there, because the brace wire, that's just, you know, that's part of the brace, and if your hot wire touches that, it's going to ground it out. So I need to go around to all the rest of these braces for the cross fence as well as the laneway fence, make sure everything's good, put in any insulators where I need to put those in, and then I think we're ready to get this turned on and test it out and see if it works or not. Got one more crimp to put on here, and this is for the one that connects up to, going up to our cross fence going across here. I didn't do this earlier because I didn't have any of the split crimps with me, which basically what it is one side has the normal hole on it and then the other side has a little opening on the side. That way I can take this and I can kind of hook it over an existing wire and then take the, well, I'll have to bring it down one, but hook that over an existing wire. I can stick, it's just not working. Stick this, we'll try it 3rd time's a charm, that over an existing wire, and then strip a little bit of the insulation off there. I can stick that through the hole on that side, crimp it, and that'll hold it on there to send power to our cross fence. Alright, well, got it plugged back in. So this is the switch that sends it up along the laneway through here. So we'll go ahead and get that connected up and see if it's still hitting over here. That's got a pretty good zap to it. That is not bad at all. Alright, we'll head over to the cross fence one, throw that switch, get it connected up, and make sure it still's hitting pretty good once that one's connected. Looks like the cattle may have been rubbing up on that one, or chewing on it or something. They only do that once. Yeah, that's not bad. I think that'll be all right.